Alright, what's going on, you guys? It's Rahul. Real quick, before this video does begin, I do want to start off by saying I really do apologize for being dormant these past 2 weeks. I just had my school finals, so because of that, I obviously had to study a shit ton. But anyways, yeah, I also do want to say that these next few videos are also not going to include any face cam because I'm going to be on vacation and I can't really bring my camera, and also because I am going on vacation, I'm not going to be able to bring my microphone, and as a result, the audio is probably going to be a little bit worse, so I do apologize for that. But anyways, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think we can all agree the Broncos have been a disaster this season, and a lot of people, including myself, believed that Denver would be really good this year. So why exactly are they 3-11 and coming off a 51-14 loss? Well, let's go ahead and let's talk about that in today's video. Now, even though they did allow 51 points last game, the Broncos defense is not the issue with this team. Even though they have definitely had their bad moments this year, for the most part, the Broncos defense has been one of the best units in the league. I mean, statistically, they are a top 5 to 10 defense. Their passing defense is really good. Their run defense, I'll admit, is not amazing. And I mean, that definitely showed against the Rams because Cam Akers looked like God in that game. Not to mention, they do have a pretty good scoring defense, and they are a really good third down defense. And their red zone defense is also phenomenal. So, simply put, the Broncos defense, I mean, it's been really good like it has been in years past. Because, I mean, the story with Denver, leading up to this year was having a really good defense, but not exactly having the quarterback play to really go anywhere. And, of course, I'm sure we're all aware of the talent they possess, on that side of the ball. Patrick Surtain, he's one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. K'Wan Williams is also a pretty good cornerback. Justin Simmons, one of the best safeties in the league. And, those guys, they form a really good secondary. Not to mention, their front seven is also quite solid, despite the fact that they did trade Bradley Chubb in November during the trade deadline. Draymond Jones is a really good player. Nick Bonitto's also not that bad, and he's shown flashes of what he can be, down the line. And I do expect Nick Bonitto to, eventually, become one of the better edge rushers in the NFL. Baron Browning has also played well for them this year, and Alex Singleton is a pretty good linebacker. So, pretty decent front seven. And, as I said before in this segment, their defense as a whole, it's really good. So if the Broncos defense is so good, why exactly does Denver suck this year? Well, it's two things. One, their offense, and two, their coaching. Now, let's start off with some good about their offense. Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy, they've both had really good seasons, and they're definitely one of the better wide receiver duos in the league. Not to mention, Greg Dulcich, despite the fact that he did miss a lot of games to start the year, he has played well for Denver, and I do believe that he is the tight end of the future in the Mile High City. So, those three guys, really good pass catchers that you love if you are a Broncos fan. But let's now get to the bad of the offense, and let's start off with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Russell Wilson.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
Broncos.
Let's ride.
Perfect.
Okay.
One more time. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride.
During the offseason, I vehemently defended this man and the Broncos as a team, despite the fact that I'm not a Broncos fan, and I'm not the biggest Russ fan out there. And you know how I get paid back? I get paid back with like 3,000 passing yards or so, a measly 12 passing touchdowns, and 9 freaking interceptions, and not to mention a horrible record. Like, seriously, dude, what the hell? Russell Wilson, simply put, has been awful, and a lot of people, including myself, expected Denver to get a franchise quarterback when they traded for him. And, I don't really blame people like me, myself and others for thinking that at the time. However, he's been a colossal disappointment, to really just put it simply. And even though he does have the talent to be a really good quarterback still, despite the fact that he is honestly kind of old, he just hasn't been playing like that. And to me, the big issue with him is that it's really just been his vision. He has been missing guys over the middle of the field. He can't see them, and as a result, again, he's just missed them left and right. And it really does have to do with his height. Obviously, he is an undersized quarterback, and although he has been able to overcome it for the most part in his career, this year has been an issue because, well, for some reason, the coaching staff is not getting him out of the pocket. They're having him just sit in the pocket, and as a result, he can't really see over his offensive line all that well. And again, it's led to him, just missing guys over the middle of the field, left and right. And real quick, before we get to the coaching, I do want to add that Denver has, definitely dealt with their injuries like Tim Patrick, Garrett Bowles, Javonte Williams, of course, had a very serious injury in the beginning of the year. So I'll admit, injuries have played a part in the Broncos offense being bad, but it's mostly been Russell Wilson, and the issue I'm going to talk about about now, their coaching. Let's talk about Nathaniel Hackett, because this punk pisses me off so much. How is it that, with all the talent the Broncos have on offense, that they're one of the worst offenses in the league statistically, dead last in points per game, and you ruined a top 5 to 10 quarterback? Now look, I've been critical of Russell Wilson, and I do feel like Nathaniel Hackett does not run a system that suits Russell Wilson's strengths, and as a result, Russ has regressed a lot this year. And, he needs to have more rollouts where he can get out of the pocket and see the whole field better, because he is a smaller quarterback, and that helps when it comes to being able to see the whole field. I understand that Russ is a flawed player, but everyone does have their flaws, and while Russell Wilson is obviously part of the reason why the Broncos are so bad, Nathaniel Hackett is just as big of a reason, if not a little bit bigger. Russ should not be playing this bad, and a large reason why he's playing this bad is Nathaniel Hackett. And I will say, again, the Broncos have a lot of injuries offensively, which sucks, but the Broncos offense shouldn't be this bad, and Russell Wilson, he also shouldn't be this bad. So Nathaniel Hackett, simply put, has just been a horrible coach. And while I understand it's only his first year, Denver needs to fire this man ASAP. You have a team that has the talent to be great, but they aren't great. And one of the biggest reasons why, and in my opinion the biggest reason why, is because Nathaniel Hackett is just such a bum. He is just a horrible head coach, as I said before. And again, the Broncos, they need to fire him. I hate to, say that teams should, make a guy lose his job and all that, but I mean, he's really bad at it, and, firing him would be the best thing for the Denver Broncos. However, not all hope should be lost. If they fire Nathaniel Hackett and get a head coach that suits Russell Wilson's strengths, I do believe Russell Wilson can get back to playing like how he was in Seattle. And if that happens, then, the Broncos automatically, in my opinion, get a few more wins. If Russell Wilson bounces back, if the coaching is just decent, or, if it's just decent, if they can remain healthy for the most part, and heck, this offseason, if they can add a few free agents that help their team, and of course, and, in the draft, get some guys to also help out their team and improve it, then I do believe that next season, the Broncos, maybe they could live up to expectations. But that's all I gotta say, for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. hit that like button if you guys ended up enjoying it, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos like this. But without further ado, I'm out, you guys.